So where do you see digestible calcium fitting into nutrient recommendations in the future?
Well, I think in pigs at some point we will start formulating diets based on digestible calcium and digestible phosphorus, and maybe particularly on the ratio between digestible calcium and digestible phosphorus. And that becomes more important as we add phytase to the diets, because in contrast to what we believed, phytase actually releases more calcium than it releases phosphorus in many cases. So it is important that we formulate based on digestible calcium and not total calcium, in particular because an oversupply of calcium is detrimental to performance of the pigs. So we will move to a digestible calcium formulation system at some point.
In this case, if you go with the intersection here, if you feed more than 0.54% digestible calcium, you'll start to see a reduction in gain.
The shift towards digestible phosphorus in the future is inevitable because of the environmental pressure and the high cost of phosphate. If and when that happens in the poultry industry, we need to start thinking about digestible calcium as well because of the close relationship between the two minerals.
And so what are the benefits of feeding toward a digestible phosphorus and calcium requirement?
Well, the main benefit is to maximize performance of the animals, avoid oversupply and avoid undersupply. And as Ravi said, if you oversupply calcium, you get reduced utilization of phosphorus, and therefore we see reduced performance.
Other points to note is the calcium concentration had no effect on calcium digestibility, but as expected, we saw a decrease in the digestibility of phosphorus.
So getting the calcium right in terms of digestible calcium, it's going to be very important. And we believe that maybe the ratio between digestible calcium and digestible phosphorus will be more important than the total value of digestible calcium. So that's what we are working on in our research, to try to define those ratios.
From the point of view of poultry, it's exactly the same thing. The end result, when you use these systems, is going to be in the skeletal health, animal welfare, and animal performance. So that's what we are sustaining. Yeah.
So what are the next steps in regards to applying digestible calcium values in practice?
In the poultry industry, currently we formulate on the basis of total calcium, and we have been working on calcium requirement on total calcium basis for almost 100 years. Mm-hmm. And the results are actually far from conclusive. Still, we are confused about it. So what it means is we need to move forward in a number of other steps before we can actually use it in feed formulations.
Well, I think we still have a ways to go to demonstrate the benefits and to confirm that the values we have generated can also be used under commercial conditions. Everything we've done so far has been in university settings, and it is important that we get those values confirmed under commercial conditions where stress is different, disease pressure is different, and so forth.
All the experiments we have done so far, as you've seen, have been short-term experiments. And I think that's a big limitation. So we definitely need to verify these results in pigs all the way from weaning to finish, to make sure that we can feed lower levels of calcium than what we think, and that our requirement or that our ratios that I showed you are okay all the way through.
So we will get to that at some point. So there's still lots of opportunities for progress.